didn't record. Doggone it. All right, so what we did so far in this session was I had people go and copy in the customer underscore row underscore school XML.txt file into customer underscore row underscore school .xml, and the same thing with the project one, and the same thing with the company one. Then we did another commit. All right. Now, then the next thing to do, as I just mentioned, I'm going to go back again because I'm not sure where I am. So back in here, I want you to go under your build, under your Gradle scripts folder, and find the file that says build Gradle module app, not the one that says project, the module app. And I want you to add these 2 lines to the bottom. One is going to allow us basically to work with images and bring them in. And the second one will allow our images, if we want them to be circular in nature. Now, I tried looking online. The documentation for these is not great. So I believe these are the 2 newest versions. The newest version of Picasso and the newest version of Circle Image View. If I find out I'm wrong, I'll let you know, but I don't think I am. All right. So that's the first thing that I wanted us to do right here. Okay. All right. Next. So the next thing then that I want you to do is I want you to open up the Android manifest.xml file. Open up the Android manifest.xml file. Can you see it on my screen?
Yes.
All right. And I want you right after yours, because your package name will be different than mine. All right. But underneath that package line, I want you to add those 2 lines that are in blue. Can people read that okay if I leave it blue? Christian, does that come out okay?
Yeah, it's just the 2 lines, right?
Yeah. So type them in just like that, and it is case sensitive. We are asking for permission, as you can tell there, to be able to, if we want to or need to grab things from the internet. And we want the ability to be able to make a phone call. Has everybody had a chance to do that? If you need me to stay on here, say something. Otherwise, I'm moving on. All right. So let me double check this. This is. Okay, I thought I sent you this, and evidently I did not. So I am going to have to email you again because we have 2 or 3 more things to do. The next thing that I want us to do is I want you to replace virtually everything in your strings.xml file with what I'm about to send you. All right. So hold on a second. All right, I've got them now. I'm going to email them to you right now. Literally, this will take about a minute. You all should, right now, you all should be getting 2 files from me. And one accidentally was misnamed. One is called stringsxml.txt. The other one should have been called DIMENS, dimens XML.txt, but I left it off and it's called dimesxml.txt. That doesn't matter. What I want you to do, though, is I want you to open up. You're going to have to take, neither one of them are zipped. So just drag them out to your desktop, all right? And it should look, the first one should look like this. Can you see on my screen, can you see where it says hello blank and a bunch of other stuff? Can you see this stuff? Yes,
Yes.
no? Well, I'm going to stop and start it again then. All right. Can you see on my screen right now where it says string name, hello blank, and a bunch of other stuff?
Yes.
Can you see that? All right. Then what I want you to do is highlight all of that file and copy it to the clipboard. All right. Now I'm going to have to stop the share because I got to go back to the program. Then back in your program, I want you to go underneath res, find res values, and find your strings.xml file. All right. And leave the first two, leave these lines in there. Yours are good. But starting with the thing that says hello blank fragment on mine, what I want you to do is basically, I want you to take what your file and put them in after. So yours will start on line 4 and boom, you put that in and then yours should be 23 lines like mine. So again, you want to keep in here, you want to keep the resources tag, the app name, because that's your app name, and the action settings tab. So just put the other stuff in there new. Then I have a question for you. If everybody would please look over here on the side where we just opened this. Do you have a file named dimens.xml? You might not. Do you have a file here named dimens.xml? If you do, open it. If you don't, right mouse click on the values folder, choose new, go down all the way to the bottom where it says XML and choose values file. I'll say that again because you might not be able to see what I just did. Right mouse click on the res values folder, choose new, go all the way down to XML, which is the second from the bottom, and choose the bottom entry that says values XML file. When you do that, it should come up and look like this. This is only if you didn't have a file called dimens. If you have the file, open it. If you don't have the file, do this and type dimens in here. And then click finish. That will create the file for you. then open up the file. Regardless of what you have in the file, if you already had one, grab that second thing that I just gave you that's called dimesxml.txt. Grab that and paste it in right here. That'll become the entire file. Otherwise, if you had a file, you should be able to replace it with this file. We will talk about, not right now, but we will talk about this file, how it's used, etc. If I forget to, someone please remind me. All right, I'm going to take for granted that everybody was able to do every single thing that I asked you to do. All right. All right, then we're going to go back. And one more time, we're going to come in here and we're going to add all this stuff again. So I'm going to do my git add dot, do a git status. All right. Says nothing to commit. Well, yours won't say that, nothing to commit. All right. But then I'm going to come in and do a git commit. This will be the 6th commit. And here we can say all the good stuff that we just did. In other words, well, what did we do? We added dependencies to Gradle file, updated Android manifest.xml file, updated res values strings.xml file, and updated res values dimens.xml file. That's what we've done. All right, I'm going to put that in, hit enter. All right, it says there's nothing to commit because technically I didn't do anything, but I'd like you to do that anyway. And then come in here and, as we've done, do your git space push space -u space origin master. All right, and again, I can hit enter, but nothing's going to happen, I don't think. Well, maybe. It says it's up to date, so I don't know if it actually took anything for mine or not. I already had that stuff put in there. So let's see. So mine does not show a 6th commit, but if you go back and look at yours, it should. All right. So what's left in this file or in this program? Well, there's 3 big things that are left. All right. The first big thing that's left is we have to add the adapters. And if you don't know what those are, all right, basically that's what allows you to be able to work with the recycler view, and when you click an item on the recycler view, have it do whatever it is you want it to do. All right, so that's the first thing. Then we added code today. We added code today, if you remember, inside of, not there, here, we added code to the fragment_profile file, We didn't add anything to this one, which is the project. We didn't add anything to this one, which is the company. We didn't add anything to this one, which is the school. Maybe we did put something to school. Oh, that's the customer role. But we didn't to the fragment school, all right? And we're not going to. But for every one of these that got created under fragment, there's the Java files. Company fragment.java, which is basically empty. Profile fragment.java, which is basically empty. Project file.java, which is basically empty. And school fragment.java, which is basically empty. Tomorrow, we're going to add 3 adapter files. All right, we're going to add a school adapter. We're going to add a company adapter. We're going to add a project adapter. I've got those written already, but not tested yet. So I'm going to test those tonight. You will get them emailed to you in a folder that's called 04-03-2020 tomorrow. There will be some subfolders in there. One of them will be named adapter. And inside of there, you'll have the 3 adapters. One of them will be called fragment Java. And inside of there, you will have the code for these different fragment files. Then the other thing that we want to be able to do is customize our toolbar. So I'm working on that right now. Okay, not tomorrow, it'll be Monday, I realize that. So on Monday, that's what we're going to do. Then we should have to add a little bit more code to our main activity. And, you know, if whoever is up above is with us, it's going to run. So my hope is we'll do about an hour like this on Monday, and then we'll see where we are right there. The rest of today is a lab. You know there is nothing due today. Tomorrow you have one thing due, and that is part 1 of the project. And in part 1, I wanted you to mock something up using Balsamic, and I wanted you to write a 1 to 2 page write-up of what your final project is going to be about. All right. Anybody have any questions? All right, then that is what I had for today. Again, it may not, I know these sessions aren't lasting long, but I'm spending 2 to 3 hours testing all my code every night to make sure what I'm about to give you is correct. All right, so I will see you tomorrow.
Mr. Scott,
Yes.
I'm not sure what happened, but with my customer row company.xml file, I have a ton of errors, and some of them are really weird, like just Android isn't spelled right in one of them, and I downloaded the file you gave us twice in case I did something weird when I was copying and pasting it, but
Let me look at what I've got here. That's a very fair question. So let's see. I'll tell you what I'll do is mine does not have any errors in it to my knowledge. It's the school one you said?
it's a customer_row_company.xml file.
All right. Mine is not showing any errors. So what I will do is I will grab mine right here and grab this here. Control A, Control C. I'll throw it into here. I'm going to save it. I will send this out and I will send it to everybody and say that you mentioned, again, it's the company one, correct?
That's correct.
All right. So I'm going to save it as customer_company, etc. And I'm going to send it out to everybody. I'm going to mention that you said there were errors in it. This should fix that. You'll get it in about 5 minutes. And if you don't mind, just turn it around then. You'll get rid of what you got in there, put this in, and let me know if you still have errors. You just
Okay.
using an email, that's fine.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Thanks for letting me know.
Thank
Talk
you.
to you tomorrow.